Hello and welcome back to the place to be reviews. I am Kuian right here with all of yous. And tonight we are doing our Batman, holy shit, Batwoman, Season 1, Episode 3, episode titled Down, Down, Down. And I can again say that Alice is the only bright spot in this entire episode. That and they did a one-off line where they teased the Riddler. But we kicked off the episode with Alice in the midst of like a bizarre dream sequence set to a nursery rhyme. She was a young girl kind of walking through a basement. She finds a face floating in this covered tub of water, which she wakes screaming. Kind of just speaks to the mental illness and, from the probably PTSD due to the trauma she experienced in her accident. But she's completely psycho. Which I love Rachel Scarston. She's amazing in this show. Really, she's the only bright spot. We see Kate narrating her letter to Bruce, of course, while sitting in his office, till the bat signal is turned on, and then Alice meets Kate on the roof. What do you know? I love how they just have these open meetings now. Alice makes fun of Kate for pretending to be Batman. Kate tells Alice she still has her boyfriend captive. And Kate agrees to return Dodgson if Alice goes 24 hours without killing anyone, to which Alice begrudgingly agrees and then smashes the bat symbol. They just take every little shot they can get at Batman. And this is what she debuted. This is from The Flash, The Crisis on Infinite Earths, I think it was. But this was her look she debuted on the show. The Batwoman, her own show, the red wig and the red bat symbol. Let's see. So Wayne Research and Development's main gate. Oh, this part was hilarious. Is seen being breached by this big truck, and then you get the hapless security guard. He's sitting there watching TV about this. Well, it's a safe community to live. It's like these gated kind of estates, and then this truck just comes flying in. And he just gets shot, and you see just a blood splatter all over the TV screen. It's like, so that's like one guard down the show, just fodder. These fucking Crow agents, like, these fucking guys, like, are they just like all worthless? Like every single one of them. Like, are they just fucking worthless? Do they like serve any purpose other than to be fodder? Or they might as well just be like stormtroopers, basically, because that's what it looks like. So this guard gets whacked, and then we see Sophie training with her husband Tyler. They're doing some like martial arts style fighting. And of course, this is the scene where the straight white dude is bested by his wife, who is of course a POC, because no pale stale male is going to stand up to a POC. No, not in Batwoman. We don't care about just having a good character. They've got to be, check those identity boxes. So of course the white guys have all got to be fodder in this show. They're the evil guys. She just shows like her fighting to be fucking vastly superior to her husband's, of course, because much like the rest of the ancillary male characters are just simply there to prove how much better the women in the show are than them. The entire sequence is set over flashbacks of Kate and Sophie discussing the fact that it's over between them. Sophie leaves to meet with Jacob, who is reviewing security footage of the bomb that freed Alice. Sophie tells him that she can be useful in a special assignment, like apprehend Alice. We join Mary at her parents' apartment, where Sophie kind of startles her. Mary walks in. They make mindless small talk about Kate, and Sophie tells Mary that her father just made her personal bodyguard. Mary is not enthused about this because she runs her clinic, so it's kind of hard to have a Crow agent attached to at all times and run her clinic. Much of this dialogue is just drivel, just meaningless garbage, and these scenes were so painful to get through. The stepsister is boring. She just is. She's just boring. This show, the writing is so directionless. I mean, they just give everything away. Let's see, Kate enters Bruce's office at Wayne Enterprises, finds Bruce's old friend Tommy Elliott seated behind the desk. He's a prominent businessman, brags about having more money than Bruce Wayne finally. He's nothing but condescending to Kate, especially regarding Bruce. Tommy insists Batman is back. He tells Kate that he's shocked she isn't more upset that Batman is back because of what happened to her mother and sister Beth. She reminds Tommy that Batman saved his mother's life, and he leaves a note for Bruce, which was an invitation to the opening of his new building he bought that's 5 stories taller and directly across the street from Bruce Wayne's. Let's see, Kate gets a phone call from Luke Fox. He tells her the weapons vault at Wayne Enterprises has been broken into and something's been stolen. The officers at the scene get a call and leave. Kate tells Luke that she's going to follow them and see what's going on, as opposed to trying to figure out what's missing in the weapons vault at Wayne Enterprises. But, anybody can just drive into the Batcave now because it's located, there's a fucking driveway right in the front of Wayne Enterprises. Drive into it. It's fucking ridiculous. Let's see. So we join Mary. She's seen at school. She's listening, of course. Oh, wait. Let's see. I'm sorry. We forgot this part right here where Kate says she's going to follow this cop, see what's going on. She goes downtown. Steps of, I believe, it's like City Hall. There's an effigy of Batman, complete with fake blood. Obviously, someone's trying to send a message that they're ready to take out the Bat, which, was nothing new. But, Batman's always had enemies, so we just got to see how Batwoman handles it. We join Mary at school, listen to Vesper Fairchild, talking about where is Batman. Sophie scares a guy away who was looking at Mary, probably going to approach her. They're then drawn into some pointless dialogue, and Sophie's obviously pumping Mary for information. Mary tells her the reason Kate isn't a Crow officer is because she doesn't want to deal with the emotional baggage of working with Sophie, which is really funny. These pictures, this is just bad. Like, that facial expression she has right here in this picture, that's basically how she delivers all of her lines. No change, strictly monotone. I mean, it's bad. This show is not good in any way, shape, or form outside of Alice. Rachel Scarsden, like I said. So, Luke Fox and Kate, they're in the Batcave. Luke is demonstrating how bulletproof the Batsuit is as he shoots a Desert Eagle pistol on a 50 caliber. That's basically a fucking hand cannon, and it doesn't dent the suit. Now, this was a callback to the previous episode where Kate is shot at point-blank range with, I think it was a 9mm, and she doesn't even move. And me, being someone who's well-versed in firearms and Kevlar, this is complete bullshit. Those 3 rounds fired at point-blank with 9mm at least would have A, penetrated the vest, B, if they didn't penetrate, they would have left some nasty bruises and possibly internal bleeding. But when he shoots with another version of the weapon, which was absconded with, it cuts right through the bat suit like butter. That's the railgun. So the pair brilliantly deduced that whoever stole the railgun wants to kill Batman. Wow, was that difficult? The writers stress themselves out. So Kate then shows Luke an invitation to Elliot's soiree at his new building. Luke tries to convince her to be Batman because he thinks that Tommy is going to try to intimidate Batman but won't have the nerve to do anything to him in front of all these people. This scene and its ensuing dialogue are the problem with this show and how it treats Batman. They throw him under the goddamn bus every single chance they get, be it the fact that he let his aunt and cousin fall to their death, or them chastising him for quote-unquote abandoning Gotham City. They always find small ways to take shots at him and dismantle his legacy brick by brick. This has been an overarching plot through the entire first 3 episodes, and I'm going to wager a guess they won't stop here. So we join Alice, who is seen looking into a desk mirror, looking extremely gorgeous, but maybe that's just my little celebrity crush on Rachel Scarsden, as she kind of fiddles with the makeup and accessories. And mind you, she's at her father, Jacob, and stepmother, Catherine's apartment. This is her stepmother's makeup. She casually strolls around the lavish digs, sporting some of her stepmoms. She puts some lipstick on. She's drinking a martini. She finally invites Tommy Elliott's party. She's standing in front of a wall with all these family pictures, which are basically Kate, Catherine, and Jacob. I think there was someone married there too, probably. She removes one of Jacob, Catherine. Kate drops to the floor and steps on it. Oh, and she's dressed head to toe in a Crow security tactical uniform. So she breaks the glass on the picture, and in comes the Crow security officer, walks in, asks what she's doing, says Alice, and she promptly just kills him with a knife. Throws it across the room, takes him out, hits him in the neck, and he's done. You guessed it, another white guy. And then she just says, oh, Kate's going to be so disappointed because she killed somebody. She wasn't supposed to kill anybody for at least 24 hours based on her deal with Kate. Couldn't do it. Which she kind of shrugs it off, which to me is my favorite part of her character. She has no value for life outside of her own, and maybe Kate and her boyfriend Dodson. She just kills for the sake of it, but it's in a controlled fashion. It makes her unpredictable due to her calculated nature, but plus she's just kind of disarmingly beautiful. And I saw that she actually learned how to play the cello for this scene where she calls Jacob from their apartment, and she actually played Rachel Skarsen's played the cello with them, which is awesome. So let's see here. We then join Kate. She's in street clothes, kind of entering the grand opening of Elliott Towers, and shows Bruce's invite to the security to get in. Then joins Mary and Sophie in the elevator, which is kind of, she doesn't know that Sophie is Mary's bodyguard. Mary has to explain that Sophie is her bodyguard. Sophie asks why Kate is basically a frat house, and Kate snaps back, I was told to move on. So that's why she's there. And we meet this bartender Regan, who she's going to have about a 2 or 3 episode run as Kate's love interest before she probably fades away or gets killed off. I imagine she probably gets killed. She's then approached by Tyler, Sophie's husband, who has no idea that Kate and Sophie were dating, making him fill the role of the clueless, cisgender, heterosexual white guy, and making him look that much more obvious. He had no idea that his wife dated his boss's daughter before she met him. Again, this is a running theme with the ancillary characters. Heterosexual white males who are clueless and ineffectual. Kate is miffed that he doesn't know, or Sophie hasn't told him yet. So, it's just funny. Kate has a little discussion with Reagan. She's very flirtatious. Her father approaches. They share their mutual disdain for Tommy. Jacob says he's glad she's there, not out gallivanting around with Alice. She replies she doesn't think that Alice will be causing them any problems this evening. Little does she know about the break-in in her father's apartment and the murder that she committed in the process of doing that. So there's that. Kate approaches Tommy Elliott, who looks out the window of his building, looking down at Wayne Enterprises, which has obviously been his dream. He says he thinks that Bruce Wayne is back, and he knows it. Kate then kind of baits Elliott that a weapon was stolen from R&D and excuses herself. Alice calls Jacob as she's playing the cello beautifully, and she tells him she won't tell him where she is because that will ruin the surprise. She then guilts Jacob for not continuing the search for her as the pair exchange threats and Jacob hangs up. And what's truly humorous is the fact that Jacob runs a pro security firm armed with all the tactical and high-tech weapons and gear, and his forces are damn near neutered against a bunch of just common idiots. It speaks volumes about the leadership ability that was written into the character of Jacob Kane, doesn't it? Let's see, Alice is leaving Jacob and Catherine's apartment when she finds a box labeled Kate, all conveniently, searches through its contents, finding her lunchbox and Kate's map of search areas. The box, the areas used to locate Alice. These boxes were conveniently placed considering that nothing is out of place in Kane's lavish penthouse apartment. Now, this is more lazy writing and development from the team that puts this mess together. Jacob finds Catherine in the midst of Elliott's party, tells her they have to leave immediately, calls for security escort, and Sophie and Tyler escort Mary to an elevator. We then see Tommy handling the stolen gun. Kate approaches him as he shoulders the case and proceeds to prepare to exit. In doing so, he tells Kate that he knows Bruce is Batman because some months prior, he paid someone to riddle him the answer, which obviously implies that we're going to meet the Riddler at some point, which should be interesting to see. Let's see here. So, let's see. Where were we here? So, we're going to see the Riddler at some point, which should be interesting to see. This iteration of the classic Batman villain, how they've managed to 2019 the character. Perhaps casting a quadriplegic raccoon who identifies as a dolphin that is also pansexual? Maybe? That might help. With this show, that isn't out of the realm of possibilities. Tommy tells Kate that he's basically angry with Batman because he saved his mother. And he didn't get his inheritance when he wanted it. So he's ultimately a villain because he's a rich white guy with an inherited wealth. As he holds Kate at gunpoint, he shows her that if she doesn't let him leave, he will make all the elevators drop in a free fall, killing everyone inside. He says that if she doesn't make sure Batman is there in an hour, he'll drop another elevator and people the city will actually miss. And then he releases an elevator full of the kitchen staff to prove a point. That is savage, man. But this show, like I said, this is kind of this action. I say action. It's boring. It was just boring. These scenes are like Kate goes to help the victims of the elevator crash. We cut over to Sophie, Tyler, and Mary. They're in another elevator. They're trapped. And we see Jacob and Catherine. They're in yet another elevator. Jacob tells her that Alice was in their home. So, she's freaking out about that. Back in the other elevator, Tyler's questioning Sophie about her relationship with Kate, and she kind of stonewalls him. Jacob and Catherine argue about Alice. Tyler and Sophie get marrying themselves out of an elevator by prying open the doors. Kate and Luke, we see them back in the Batcave, and Luke tells her that no matter what happens, Batman isn't coming back. Kate delivers some dialogue that can be summed up in one sentence. Tommy wants Batman, the city needs Batman, but I'm not Batman. But maybe I'm better, because I'm here. And this is just another example of them taking a shot at the Dark Knight to try to establish Kate Kane as Gotham's savior. But if it falls flat as it comes off as contrived and overly snarky, especially given that Rose did not change her delivery tone or expression when delivering any of her lines. Like any of them, there's barely any change in inflection. I mean, it's kind of cringy. Mary is seen attempting to help the elevator crash victims, diagnosing one with something that the professionally trained first responders missed. She corrects one of the EMTs. Batman. Tommy is on the roof of his building waiting for Batman. Kate shows up in full suit, now with the infamous red wig on top of the cowl. Luke is in contact with Kate and tells her she needs to stall for 30 seconds until the burst in her glove is charged, so she engages Tommy in hand-to-hand combat, of course physically dominating him before hitting him with her stun blast, dropping him like a stolen ray gun. Like a stolen ray gun, I don't know. After the explosion takes on elevator cables, she uses her grappling hooks to stop the elevator that Jacob and Catherine are trapped in from falling to their doom. But yeah, this is, like I said, Kate struggles to exit this hole in the elevator shaft. She's trying to get their grappling hooks. She saves them from falling to their doom. In enough time, Tommy to say, see at the bottom, as he presses that button to release another elevator. She stops it with a grappling hook and exits. As she struggles to exit the hole that was blown on the wall from the explosion, the elevator shaft, Tommy steps on her hand, stopping her from exiting and tells her to let go. Suddenly, Alice shows up and knocks him out. Alice looks at the red wig and says, and I'm the crazy one, which is a great rib on the bad suit. How bad that suit looks with attached to it. Kate then removes her mask and tells Alice she saved her life. Alice says that makes us even. Alice comments the bat symbol is red like their birthstone. And she tells Kate she couldn't stop herself and shows a picture of the dead security guard at Jacob's place. They go back and forth on how Beth is gone. And Alice wants to fight Kate because she's no longer his sister. We see Tommy taken to Arkham Asylum. Regan and Kate have a quick chat. Regan says she'll call Kate. Sophie witnesses the whole thing. It's kind of awkward, even for someone who's over their ex and married to a man now. But it's funny. So they still, you got to remember, this is a Greg Berlanti show. So for all we know, Sophie will end up with Kate because the true love of Batwoman can't end up with some pale, stale male figure, right? Kate is seen atop a Gotham high-rise here. She's narrating her letter to Bruce Wayne again, saying that she wasn't scared of letting down the city, but more afraid of disappointing Batman, who was constantly made to look weak by the statements of everyone on the show. I don't understand it. She says that whatever happens and whatever she faces, it's worth it. And he cuts a narration by Vesper Fairchild, who decrees that the Bat is back, only sexier and curvier, which is funny considering how skinny Ruby Rose is and really non-curvy. And then Vesper comments on what should we call her. Bat Lady, Bat Chick, and Sophie's listening. She just says Batwoman, and that's the end of the episode. Overall, this episode was bad. It was boring. Like I said, the fight scenes were heavily predictable. Not much action. You got a decent dose of Alice in this, being a baddie, but it wasn't. It just wasn't entertaining. I mean, there's really nothing. The show is written bad. Okay, it is just badly written. There's nothing you can do to get around that. It's just what the show is. It's written badly. The fight scenes are horribly choreographed. The street scenes look cool. Tonally, it's pretty cool, dark. I like that. But this show does nothing for me. So I don't know. This is that's my kind of take on what is going on with episode 3, Down, Down, Down. There were some playing cards that Alice left on Catherine's table. She did not want Jacob to see these, so I'm going to take it as, he's in the dark as far as everything that Catherine does, because obviously he didn't know that she had somebody else getting rid of the knife. The goons from Crow Security that she had attack Sophie and Kate, try to get that knife back. So there's just a lot going on here, and unfortunately none of it is entertaining. I'm Etep Wakui, and this has been the Place to Be Reviews. I have been here with all of yous, and come back tomorrow morning 8:30 a.m. for the morning show. This has been the Batwoman episode 3 review. Episode 4 will be up next Monday, and I gotta do Walking Dead episode 2 and 3. Yeah, 2 and 3. So with that being said, have a great day. If I don't see you, have a pleasant tomorrow.